this all straighten up. Alright, and good to go. Okay. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. Today we're going to catch the rest of the fish in the fishing notebook. Last stream we finished off all the to-do list items. However, there were some fish that weren't part of any of the tasks, and I assume that they were additional content added to the game after its initial release. So goal here is to finish that up and to also take the photos in here as well. I think there's a couple of things in here that we can take with the camera. So I don't actually think there's too much left to do, so I don't expect this to be another 4.5 hour long stream, but if I can't find these guys, then it could be just as long. So let's get started and see what we have left to do. Alright, so I caught all these guys. Alright, so one thing on here is this anisox, which looks like a pike pickerel of some sort, and it actually looks like slackjaw, which is a fish that was the last to-do item on the previous stream. And as you can see, every fish on this game, I believe, may have been part of a task, or you can accidentally catch it at some point. But this guy here we haven't caught. I believe that we probably got a lure that this guy will bite on afterwards. So we got this guy to catch, and then this one here that looks like a snakehead or a bowfin fish of some sort. The way that this wording is all kind of blurred up and smudged leads me to believe that this was additional content as well. It's just kind of familiar what it had for slackjaw, which was a blurred and smudged writing in the book. It didn't actually tell you any. Well, I mean, you might be able to read a little bit of it, but usually each of the descriptions here tells you where to find the fish and what they will bite on. But this one here is so smudged, so I guess we're going to have to kind of just play it by ear. And then there's also another fish on here too that looks like a sturgeon, and it's also smudged, so I assume that this is also a an additional content bonus fish as well. So we have, looks like 3 fish to catch, and then we have some photos to take as well. So there's a bear, the kites, sunken boat, and I think this is either an overlook of some sort or rock formation. We'll just go ahead and take a whole bunch of photos around the environment, and hopefully that will fill that blank in there. Right, so let's get started. I think I'm going to, well, I want to hang around the area where the bear appears because I think it's on a time cycle, and honestly, like that might take a while between bears showing, so I want to be in that location when he comes. So I'm just going to go ahead and row down there, and I kind of got to get my bearings again. Remember how to play this thing. Alright. So, I got a trophy of some sort. I don't know what that was for. Ugh, man. I think I was in this game for almost 5 hours, and this doesn't feel natural to me at this point. Alright. So, the bear is going to appear on that beach down there. And last time we actually caught some fish because I wanted to see if we were able to interact with the animals around here in the environment. So I tried to cast towards a deer. I was unsuccessful. I need to work on my accuracy a little bit. But the bear, we had some fish in the boat. He just never came when we were in this area. I was going to toss him at him and see if he would go for it or run off. But I assume though that they're all just kind of a scripted movie that plays out, so they probably won't do anything different, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of hang out right here. That way if the bear comes, I could see him coming and get my camera in time. But while we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and try to catch some fish to throw out to him. So this is the special lure that we use to catch slackjaw, and I don't want to waste that. Plus, so I'm gonna take that off, and we just want to catch some easy, simple, normal fish. I'm going to go with the good old grub. Alright, harder to grab than I thought. Let me readjust myself a little bit. suspect my camera's not in the best place because I'm still not really sitting on my bench here. If I back up and then reline it, it'll go further. Oh, yeah, that's better. I'm a little bit too high, but now that works. Alright, so I see some cropsey down there, which is basically like a crappie in real life. Those are some pretty nice sized fish. I'm going to go with that. It should get his attention, since it's big enough for the bear to see. So I just hope that the cropsey is the one that bites it and not one of the other smaller fish. Oh, and I got one. I'm not sure what this one is, not a cropsey. Right. And I saw the footage from the last game, and I noticed that when I was reeling in that I was shaking the camera, so I'm going to try to do this nice and still. But I can't make any promises if we come across one of the big fish. So this one here looks like a red tail. I think that's big enough for the bear to see. Alright. It's way up there. Cool. So we're gonna not gonna release or sell this guy. We're gonna set him down. Oh, my trophy's still here. It's nice. Right there. So that's a nice sized fish. We'll just keep catching some fish to pass the time. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another one of the grubs here. Let's see if I can get a cropsey. I see a few red tail. And there's a chum buckler. Alright, well, I see some cropsey up there, but it might be a little bit hard to target them. We'll see what grabs it. There's no telling when that bear is going to show up, but since that's the only one that we actually have to wait for time cycle, I'm just gonna chill out until he comes. So I guess it won't be as short as I thought if he doesn't show up anytime soon. But as I stated in the last stream, this is one of my favorite games. This is the closest I've ever been in a fishing game to get it right, give you that whole experience, from, being out there on a lake and rowing and catching and fighting the fish. All that is captured magnificently in this game. I heard that one of the viewers from the last stream said they had spoken with the developer, and he said that there were no plans to add additional content into this one, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm very happy though. I'm not going to be greedy on this one. This game lived up to my expectations ever since I saw the initial trailer, and then the increased waiting for it when all the other systems got it, and the message for PSVR was, hey, it'll be released in the summer, and then every couple of days you look online, and basically the last week of December, of August, I think they finally released this game, and I'm like, man. But it was well worth the wait. And the good thing about this for the PSVR is they got all the content as well into one download, so that was really nice. And I initially played this game on the PS4 OG, but I bought the Spider-Man bundle with PS Pro, and so the last stream was my first time being in a Pro, and I will be honest, I know that it's more clarity of it, but I think it looks amazing in both systems. And I would have to reinstall my old PlayStation to compare the two if I were going to make some actual comparisons for it. I feel like there's a little bit more that I could see in this with the Pro. I noticed more insects, and the water looks really nice, and same with the edges around the stones and the plants. So I think that might be the biggest differences I know. Other than that, I don't see a huge difference. The game is beautiful. Um, the lake is gorgeous. The fish look nice, and I can't get over the scale of this game. It looks much bigger in VR. The fish look bigger. The pole is huge. I mean, if you look online and you look at other gameplay footage and stuff, it doesn't look as big. But when you're actually in this game, this stuff is massive. I mean, when I first saw how big this pole was, I was shocked. I mean, it's like a 10-foot pole. Online, it looks like, a 6 or 7 footer, which is what I would typically use for fishing. All right. Oh, and that's a moose. I did not see a moose before. I thought that was a bear. Let's go ahead and get a photo of that guy. Where'd it go? Yeah, there's a moose in the trees over there. I saw the antlers, the rack, but I don't know where it went. Maybe I just missed it. It was probably there and just turned back into it. So, but the moose isn't one of our items, so I'm not going to fight over that one. Just make sure, though. Let's look at the photos we need to take. Kite, second vote. Yeah, so we don't need to worry about the moose. And while I'm doing this, I want to look at the Honest Socks, because they actually have a description on this one. So, clear waters, vegetation, hunts prey, stamina will fight. Oh man, the stamina thing, that means it's going to be a long fight again. I'm surprised because Slackjaw is that species of fish, it looks like. Maybe he's actually more of a muskie and these guys are more of a pike pickerel type of guy. But it says 0, so we haven't caught it yet. And I think I've seen this fish. I saw some weird fish when you look down, and I couldn't ID it. It looked like a catfish with no whiskers and tails. So that's probably this snakehead bowfin fish. And I definitely have seen the sturgeon. So I'm not sure what those guys will eat. So I'm going to take a look at what baits I have, because after the end of the last game, I noticed that there were some new baits that I don't recall unlocking until the very end. So, oh, there's that moose. Oh, man. He took off in a hurry. Maybe the bear's coming. Even though I think those guys could probably stand their own against a bear really well. And that's our to-do list. Empty. Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I gotta look in the store book. Okay, so $174. That's good. That's good. A little bit dark. Maybe I'm gonna do this. Maybe it's just a shade. So I use a sander bait to catch the one fish that looks like a giant walleye of some sort. Santers, I think they're called. I don't recall using the spinner bait here. It says that bait for fish of prey who hunt in vegetation. So I think that's going to be the one we need for Honest Socks, because it did say something about hunting vegetation. Fish dominates clear water, depends on vegetation, and hunts its prey. Okay, cool. So that one there is what we're going to need to catch that fish. So we need to find out what this snakehead one's going to want and what this sturgeon one's going to want. So that's probably what we're going to use next. Let's see what else we got. Alright, salmon bait. That one's new, and so is a hollow lure. So, and that's it for the baits here. So I imagine that we're gonna have to use a hollow lure and the salmon bait for one or the other. Probably the maybe the salmon bait for the snakehead and a hollow lure for actually sturgeons are kind of maybe the salmon bait for the sturgeon and a hollow lure for the snakehead. I'm gonna guess. The sturgeon's not gonna eat the lure. He's gonna be a bait feeder. Alright, so we're just still waiting here for the grizzly to come around. And until then, we'll just keep fishing. And just make sure my camera's at the ready. Right, and I'm gonna get a little bit closer so I can target the fish I want to catch a little bit better. I want to try to get the cropsey. And I don't know if me being this close to the shore will also prevent the bear from coming. So after I get the cropsey, I'm going to just back up a bit. Oh my god, everything but that lure. Alright, there's a cropsey. Just pass him and reel back in. The red tail's interested. I don't want that guy. Take that away from him. Turn around and get a better look at the cropsey. Alright, there we go. Alright, and I know that the cropsey like the grubs and they want you to move it. So I'm gonna have to move that a little bit. Oh no, that's the wrong fish. That looks like a big fish too. Yep, looks like another red tail. I kind of just want to, I'm just going to dog this guy. If I lose, I lose it. I just want to get the cropsey. At this point, I don't care. I'm using a lure that, we have a limited amount of. Oh, and it came up. Interesting. So I remember saying earlier that I wasn't sure if there were any different attributes for the three type of poles that you can get in this game. Near the end of the last game, I went ahead and bought the best one, the carbon pole, which was $2.99. I completely skipped the mid-range pole, which is the red gold pole, because I'm like, I would rather just save for, because at that point I'd have to do it another 145 plus another 149 or whatever to afford it, so I might as well just save and get this one and not have to waste it, because I'm not going to use that pole once I get this one anyways. So I got this, and initially I tried to, there's a task on a to-do list that had you cast 35 meters, and I tried with the first pole that you get, and I know I made it to the max of it, because you can tell the line stops releasing after a certain point, and then the pole just like drops. The bobber, regardless how well my cast was, it just wouldn't do it. So when I finally got the carbon rod on my second cast, I hit the 35. So I do think there's at least, I would say, a amount of the distance you can get with it, which also means you can have more string on your line, on your reel, and which is good too, because there are some fish that will, once you hook it, they will take off on their initial run and they can spool you, and so that will help prevent it a little bit. And I think there actually may be a difference, because some of the other fish, say for instance the coralback, came right up when I hooked them with this pole, where the other ones I had to fight it for just a little bit. So there actually might be some sort of differences between these rods, which is nice, because otherwise you just, just spending a lot of money for just cosmetic purposes. But I'm gonna say that the casting was probably the distance is probably an additional feature of this rod, and I do think it does hold a little bit a stronger line of some sort. I was actually surprised that red tail didn't come off when I was reeling him in, because the other pole, the way that I reeled him in, he should have popped right off, but it didn't. So I'm actually going to test that one more time. I'm going to just reel it in and see if a fish gets off. If it doesn't, regardless of what the tension sounds like, and as if the line's going to break and it doesn't get off, then I'm going to know, okay, cool, there is this ball is stronger than the other one. So I don't want to do it with the cropsy. I want to do it with another red tail, because that's when we know for sure it can come off. The cropsy's kind of big, so it might pop off regardless of the pole. But a small fish, I want to see if I can just dog him in. Alright, looks like we got a red tail interested in it. Yep. Oh, it's actually a nice size red tail. He didn't get out. Go for it. I guess the red tails want you to move it too. Oh, they do. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to see if I can dog this fish in, or if the thing comes off. Oh, I'm moving the helmet again. I can see it this time. And yeah, it came off, so you still can't dog the fish in. I need to get used to reeling in without shaking the head a little bit, just the motion. But we're going to go ahead and try to get a cropsy. Just a bigger fish, so we know that the bear does see it. Alright. Well, that guy just not going for it. Oh, dang it, the moose again. You know what? I'm gonna get a photo of it though. Now it was pretty quick, so I'll definitely be ready when the bear comes. Oops. And it looks like another red tail, which is funny because at the beginning of the last game, I was the first thing is to catch a red tail, I think it is, and I just could not find one. I was fishing this area and didn't see any. I had to go in the center and catch one. But now that's all there seems to be in this area. So maybe there's some sort of a random generation of some of the species of fish. Like some gameplays may have certain fish in other areas, and the next gameplay can have those fish in a different area. But I've been throwing those back. Let's go ahead and $5. Actually not a bad price for that fish. Lean back and adjust my boat. There we go. So, I mean, the moose came here, but he just runs across. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if he's supposed to sort of just walk through and just majestically, make a pose and then walk away. Maybe I am too close, and maybe I am scaring him off. So I'm going to back up a bit, because maybe the bear won't come if I'm too close to the shore. Ooh, there's a warthog. That's a new animal I haven't seen before. Alright, let's see. Yep, nothing. Oh boy. It's like right on the edge there. There we go. Don't think you get any money for the photos. I might get one for the bear if it's a task item. But other than that, we're just making sure we're not littering. Alright, so I guess I'll just continue to fish in this area until the bear comes, and then we can go after the larger fish. Oh wait, I already had a bait on there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame that they're not doing any more updates or development. It would be nice to have some different type of weather. Maybe some overcast skies and rain a little bit, or early morning or dusk. Just a difference, but the whole thing, I guess, is the ideal perfect day of fishing. Mm-hmm. Which is nice. Personally, like if I was on a day like this and it was really sunny out, I prefer to be some wind. I don't like fishing on a dead lake. Prefer the water to be active and moving. And for sometimes if there's no wind at all and it's just no clouds, sunny outside, good luck. It's like nothing really bites. Easily anyways. You can grind it out and get some fish, but I know I'd rather fish in 40 miles per hour wind than on a dead lake when there's no overcast anyways. Which I have done actually a few times. And I was actually I fished in the Bassmaster tournament when I was in high school. I actually got out of school so I could fish the tournament when I was 15, and it was a 3-day tournament for the amateur part of it. And unfortunately, day 2 was canceled because they had high winds, and I think the winds were around 40 miles per hour, 45, which really stunk because growing up, I used to love watching fishing shows. I wake up really early Saturday morning and turn on Bill Dance and Fishing West and Bassmaster tournament on there and Fisherman, Jimmy Houston, Roland Martin, all those guys. And I actually got to meet Jimmy Houston at the Bassmaster tournament I was fishing in. He was, I guess, friends with the first day pro I had, and the pros told me that he believes that I was going to be his partner for day 2, which is awesome. I was so excited. Unfortunately, we got to the lake and they called it. They actually probably could have called the 3rd day as well, but they ended up calling that day, and that's one of the biggest disappointments I had. Is I never got to fish with him. Like, yeah, because he's one of my favorite guys. I loved his fishing show. I loved his whole attitude and stuff. Just he's a fun, happy-go-lucky guy, and it's like actually cool to see him in the actual tournament rather than him fishing various lakes on his TV show. And it's one of the things I always remember. It's like, man, I wonder what would have been had I fished with him that day. The tournament overall was rough, brutal. I didn't catch many fish. I had the wrong equipment the first day, and then also my reel broke. I didn't really have. I only had one reel. I didn't have much money growing up. I had my new baitcaster, and the something happened with the drags too, where the drag wouldn't work anymore. So every time I cast out and reeled it in, any kind of pressure, it started clogging up. And then so I had some lures I wanted to use, but I couldn't use it. And then my pro was actually nice enough to lend me a spinnerbait because it was so windy that day too. And I got a few out the spinnerbait. He was nailing him that day. He was going crazy. In fact, I think he came in the top 5. But second day was a bust because of the wind. And the 3rd day, I actually fished with the pro who won a Bassmaster tournament 2 weeks prior. But in that one, he had a boat that was too small to get over the way, so we're kind of limited to within the cove areas. And he also had destroyed his dashboard, so he didn't really want to go far out from the starting dock. And he didn't catch anything that whole day, and that we basically just fished, maybe a couple hundred yards before we started. And I lived in that area, and I knew there was nothing there. Of course, with all the action and activity, like we weren't gonna catch anything, but it was fun though. He had some really good stories, and just to be out there and talk and stuff was pretty cool. Um, mm. But yeah, that's one of my most favorite experiences on there. But even then, the guy was telling me like, yeah, the wind really stinks because they're looking forward to it, because they were going to be able to get closer to the fish because the wind would act as a cover. So and it would have hidden the lures a little bit better, so they would strike out things that they may have good look up if there wasn't any wind, and not bite it. So he's like, yeah, he led the wind out there, but they just cancel that tournament regardless of the pros wanting to fish, but safety comes first. Mm-hmm. Yeah, growing up, I would have wished I had a fishing game like this, but back in that time, you had Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and those are just as good as to me as well. And I used to play like Super Black Bass, and there's a couple of Bassmaster games that we used to play. What else do they have? Super Black Bass was one of my favorite games. I love that game for Super Nintendo. I would I'd have that one playing just before the fishing shows would come on. When the fishing shows are on commercial break and there weren't any funny lure commercials, flip over to the game and play it in between, and then play that for the rest of the weekend. Back then we couldn't buy the game, we had to rent it, but no one really rented fishing games. They all wanted the Madden games and the Turtles, Tournament Fighters, and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Those are the tough games to get. But the fishing games, I can always guarantee I can rent that one out. And so those were the days where Blockbuster and Video Time was there. Then eventually Hollywood Video came around. Mm. But yeah. Oh, cool! I got my crop set. I didn't even realize it. So now I'm going to keep this guy here. It's a little bit close. I'm kind of getting used to how I angle it. Oh wait, I need to lean back to get closer up now. All right. Oh, perfect. Kind of perfect. Not quite perfect. I guess it's not perfect if it's kind of. I need to maybe adjust my camera a little bit, but that's good as is. Alright, so we're just still waiting for the bear. And I don't want to leave this area because I don't know how long I've been streaming so far, but I guess it takes a while for the bear. For as much as I know, it could be like once a half an hour. So, and again, I'm not going to shut off the stream until I get everything, just like last time. Actually, I was going to quit after Slackjaw if I didn't get him and continue, but things worked out on that very last cast and last bait. And plus, I was really tired too. I was playing. That's the longest I've ever been in a VR game. The first video crashed at about 15 minutes, and the second one was about 4.5 hours. So essentially, I was there for 4 hours and 50 minutes with the game, and yeah, that is definitely the longest I've ever been in VR. And the battles, the fish, and being at this sitting position I'm in right now, I'm not. I wish I can just like slouch back, but I'm kind of on the very edge, so I can get underneath things. Um, we're out, and I definitely kind of felt tension near the end of that stream. So, and it was getting late, and I was tired as well. I'm so happy that we actually finished what we set out to do. I just wish it could have been on one stream and not the 15-minute plus the 4:33, or whatever the time is on that second one. Mm. But it was worth it though. I loved every minute of it. I mean, this game I could spend just countless hours, which I did. But just, I mean, I'll always come to the game wherever I want to just chill out and relax. There are some experiences out there that are kind of, oh, it's cool. They have like the fly information for the geese. Pretty neat. I never seen that one either. Hmm. So, oh yeah, so there's some experiences out there. we used to talk about back in the days, like, oh, it'd be really cool if you can have something in there where you can just put on the VR helmet and go to wherever you want, and go to the beach or be in the forest or something like that. And there actually are some experiences out there that do that. Um, there's some that cost money, and I think there's a couple that are free, but they weren't really that great. One isn't a true. It's not like the true 360. It looks like you're more in a 180 and looking at a photo. Um, there was another one that I seen on some of the channels, PSVR channels, for reviews, and didn't really get many good reviews for it, so I kind of stayed away from it. But this is to me, like, this is like perfect too, just an actual nice getaway experience. If you don't even want to fish, you can just like come out here, find a spot maybe by the waterfall or whatnot, and just lay back and just have the VR helmet and just look at the sky. Oh, would be nice if the clouds moved. Doesn't look like they move. Looks like they're yeah, the clouds look like they're static. That's one of the things I noticed about games. Like when I was looking at all the Red Dead Redemption game, I'm like, okay, cool. Do the clouds move? Do they move? I'll look up there. And I love it when you see the clouds move and the gets in front of the sun, all that kind of stuff. That's like another detail that I really appreciate people putting into games. Hmm. All right, so we're just sitting here waiting for the bear to come. There's no way I'm still too close. And I don't really know how close I have to be for it to acknowledge the photo of the bear either. I took a shot at the moose and the warthog from a pretty decent distance, I guess, and you couldn't even see it. Hmm. But yeah, I think this is the right way to go. Get the bear first and then catch the fish. No, it did say that one fish hung around vegetation, clear water, but I assume it's probably going to be in the area where that overlook is. Hmm. But yeah, this it might be longer than I thought it would be for this stream if it's going to take a while for this bear to show up. Maybe I will position a boat so I can kind of cast in that area. I don't think the big fish are there. I think they're. I think the onyx that we're gonna go for next is kind of more in the center. But I can position a boat to where I can cast that way out there, and I can keep my eye open for the bear when he comes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I can also take the photo while fighting the fish too. So I think he needs the what lure was it? Spinnerbait lure, yeah, this one here. So actually let me pick this up with this hand. Okay, so thing is we're not going to be around any vegetation. But, maybe we'll get lucky. We're also out of throwing range for the bear. I wonder what other fish might take that lure. Kind of expected to see the bear by now. I mean, in this area, wonder if you really have to be close, if you just have to take a photo in the vicinity of the bear and the game will recognize it. Because if so, then I can go ahead and just, fish from the other spots and still catch the bear in a photo. I don't think that we're going to find the anisox in this area though, but we waited so long here, and I feel that the bear is due to pop up very soon. So we're just waiting for the bear. Man, I should have taken a photo of that guy a long time ago. I kind of regret it now. Yeah, I don't think the Anisox is going to be in this area. I feel like he's going to be down there more. So let's switch lures. I know I've seen the sturgeon area, or that far area, but I definitely know I've seen the sturgeons down there. And I saw a weird, funky looking fish, which is probably that snakehead fish. I don't know if any of the bonus fish that we're looking for are actually on this side of the lake. So fortunately we can't really knock off those items and wait for the bear at the same time. Alright, this was a, I think it might have been kind of a costly lure. How much did I spend on this lure? $24. Oh man, yeah. I'm definitely not gonna wanna risk that. Or like $25 actually. 17 for salmon bait. So I wonder if you can hit something. Oh, it's kind of getting close to where my TV is. I don't know if you can put more bait on those ones out there. I never even tried if you can get that gaff or not. Man, where is this bear at? Am I still too close? Like, no, I can't be too close. No. Maybe the sturgeon fish might be in this area too. I'm gonna go ahead and go out a little bit more. I mean, the bear, he's not going to go, show up and disappear really fast. He kind of gets there, gets up, and sits down for a little bit. So we'll have if he does come up, we'll still have time to get back here and take a photo. I just want to. I'm just not gonna throw the fish at him. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna sell these guys. Alright, would be frustrating if I look over there and I see him running off because I missed him and I was too preoccupied with the fish. So actually, you know what? Instead of catching the fish, I was gonna go ahead and look at getting some of the other photos. Because that way I'm still going to be active in the boat and moving around. And again, if I see the bear, I can come down and give him in time. So let's see what other things we need to get done. Alright, so this ledge right here might be that. So I'm going to take a photo of that ledge and see if that's what they're looking for. Yes, alright. So that, oh my goodness. There we go. Alright, so at least we're not doing anything. Or I guess not. Double negative. Not doing it. Okay. Oh, well, let's see if that goes for any money. If it's actually... Alright. So I think that's gone. So I guess I'll have to wait till the next photo. Oh, wait, that might be it. Yeah. So let's see if that gives us any money. Feels a quest photo. No money still. So pictures are just not worth anything from what I can tell. Alright. So the next one. It's a kite and a boat. So the sunken boat, I believe, is where we got the lure at. There's actually a couple of boats that are in the water. There's one on the end down there, I think. But we're going to... Man, that bear is kind of frustrating, just waiting for that guy. Such a simple photo, but you have to wait for that thing to play out. Alright, we're going to take a photo of that kite, which is in a tree down there. Actually, let's see if I can get the photo from here. No. So we may have to be closer when it comes time to get that bear. Alright, yeah. But the bear also might be big enough too where it will just give it to us, but alright. Huh. That is the right kite. There's only one kite, right? Alright, no bear sighting yet. Maybe we need to be a little bit closer for the kite. There we go. Alright, so, oh, the second boat. We're gonna have to go all the way across the river. You know what? That might trigger the bear being all the way down here. Let's make sure that we're quick enough to get back. I don't like it. That bear takes a long time. Let's just hurry up and get this photo. Golly, I'm all turned around. So let's see, is that it? Alright, that's not the one. There are other boats around here. There is one right next to the island too. That might be what it's looking for. Or next to the shoreline. It's know I saw one over here. Alright, thought there's a boat over here somewhere, but maybe not. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's it. Alright, I think that's everything except for the bear. Alright, just the bear, then we can go for the fish. I don't want to get in a battle with the fish, especially when those lures are kind of expensive. But the bear is going to be the number one priority because that takes forever for him to come. So if I did have one of those fish on the line, I'll just dog it in until it breaks off so I can get the bear photo. Because those guys aren't going anywhere. They're still there. It's this bear, we have to wait for him to come. And I feel like he should have been here by now. I saw the other animals, those are new. But man, I don't know how long it takes for the bear to come. It could be every hour. I didn't think this was going to take too long, so I didn't really eat yet. So I'm getting pretty hungry. Talking about fish. I may just start going for these other fish, and then I don't recall how many times I saw the bear during the last stream. Yeah, it could be once an hour. I was hoping to be like once every, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But okay, so we're going to go for the onisox. Onisox. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. The pickerel or pikefish. I think he's going to be in this area for it. So we're going to go ahead and use... Nope, not this one. This lure. And we're just going to position... Actually, let's go this way around so we can keep our eye out for that bear. It actually might be on the other side, closer to those reeds, but might be on this area. There is a whole bunch of interesting fish over here that I saw, so it might be here too. I'm just lightly moving this. I will say it's nice that the other fish don't seem to be interested in this lure. That way we don't accidentally, get one of those, the bigger santar fish or something like that. Oh, I got one. Alright. Let's. At least I say that. I can't see what fish is on here. I'm also not treating this fish like the bigger fish that we usually have to chase down. Right. Also trying to make sure I don't move the head around when I'm reeling in. He's fighting, so I think this is the right fish. It's pretty fast too. He's moving around a bit. Oh, I think yeah, I turned and it popped off. I went the wrong way, so I lost him. But honestly, I'm not really in the fight right now because I'm waiting for this bear. Usually I would have chased it down a little bit, so just make sure that he couldn't spool us. But I just realized I'm going to have to spend another $25 on a lure now. I feel like that was the right fish. Oh, God, the bear. Don't tell me he's running away. Please don't let him get... No! Fuck me, man. Shit. I thought he was going to be on that bank. He must have been covered by those rocks. Well, that sucks. All that time just wasted. Man, and I lost the lure because I wasn't paying attention for it. Oh, God. Alright, well, we're going to go for the fish now. Now I can focus on the fish like properly. Man, that stinks. Alright. So... maybe... I'm not gonna consider the bear a priority. It's really just getting the bonus fish that I really want to do. It's a fishing game, not a photo game. So if I don't get the bear, then I don't get the bear. That looked like a Santar that got that. That didn't look like the fish you're going for. Or a Santar. A small one at that. I got the right lure. I mean, those guys were ignoring it the first time. Yeah. It looked like a small Santar. Got it. I can't tell. That last one that got off definitely was it on a socks, but this one here I don't know. Try not to shake the camera too much either. But I kind of lose my concentration. Yeah, it's kind of disappointment. This is a Santor, not on a socks, but he's so far down I can't see him. He's way down there. Yeah, it's a Santar. I think. I actually no, that's not him. I thought he was closer in, but the guy's way out there. I'm losing this fight. Close from that line in. That stinks about the bear. My mind's still on that. Alright, I can see the fish. Yeah, it's a Centaur. It's not the Onysox. I don't even think it's a big one. Oh, he's fighting like it's a big one. That's hard. Oh, at least he'll bring in some money. Should be about ready to come in. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, that's a small one too. He put up a fight like the bigger ones did. But it should bring in some decent money. $48, not the $70, $78 that we usually get, but that's fine. A little disheartening to know that those guys will bite this now. I thought this lure would only get the Anisox. These lures are a little bit too much to just, you know, if the fish takes that you want to fight and it's the wrong kind, breaking it off because you lose the lure. I think each lure is good for 3 fish. Alright, there's something long over there by it. I think that might be the Anisox. There is a long fish next to it. I saw it. There we go. I can't tell what that is, but I kind of cast far out there, so he can spool me from that distance. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh, this fish looks kind of small. I imagine if it's a bonus fish, it's going to be pretty big. This guy doesn't look big at all. But maybe it's just deceiving because hopefully he's just far down. It's the fish we're looking for, but I don't think so. So something that I thought was only going to be about a half an hour stream, maybe longer now, much longer than I thought. Oh, there's a fox. Yeah, there's a lot of animals I'm just noticing. Hey, Foxy. Let's no way I can make it down there to the fox, but yeah, that was pathetic. Wait a minute, I can probably cast to him. Dude, when the pressure's on, I'm all messing up my cast. Alright, and no, you cannot interact with the animals. Alright. That confirmed it. Or can you? No, I think he normally just does that. I don't think my bobber caused him to jump like that on there. I mean, I knocked this thing on top of him, so that's that. They're all in a scripted play. Alright, but let's go get these animals, these big fish. Alright, so I remember seeing the sturgeon in a place that didn't have much fish. I think that's the waterfall area. It's definitely in a corner. You didn't really have plenty of fish, but you had the big ones. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and buy that meat. So this is bait, so I assume you'll only get one, and like a lure. I mean, actually, the sturgeon were big enough where you could see them in the water. So I'm just going to sight fish over here, see if I can find one. Wait, you know what? No, they're on the other side of the lake, I think. Because I remember looking for cropsey and seeing them. So we're going to go ahead and go to this other side. And who knows, maybe the bear will come. I would have got to it in time if I seen him, but I saw him right when he ran off. That's exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. So he must be on a section of the beach where he was hidden from those rocks. I couldn't see him. I thought he was going to be on the bigger part, but I guess he was more on the side. Right, so over here is where I believe we saw the sturgeon fish at. Like, right in this area, kind of over here. So this is where I'm gonna toss a bait at. Oh god, that's the bear. Let's Jesus. Turn the boat around. Alright, I think he's gonna sit down, so I think we already got time. Why am I pedaling like crud now? I'm like all nervous. Alright, sit on your butt. Thank you. Alright, let's get this bear. No. No, oh my god, he's gonna make a run for it. This is gonna be a photo finish, literally. Oh man. One chance at this. Oh my god, man. How close they want you to be for that. Screw literally this place now. And they float. Interesting. Well, that wasn't too long actually between bear sighting, so I think you have to be distant for it to activate it. I think we were just too close originally. Alright, so we're going to go back and we got our hook baited. We're going to go and try to catch that sturgeon fish, which I believe we're going to find him in the corners. I also think this is the area where I saw the snakehead fish too, kind of like right here. Alright, so this is a fish I assume is going to be a big fight, so let's kind of just get prepared for it. And now this is bait, so I probably don't have to move this around at all. So I'm just going to just let that sit there. Unlike the lures where you want to keep that active and moving. While that's there, I'm just going to look in the water here and see what we have around. And the good thing again is it's nice that the other fish aren't biting this. Don't wanna waste money on stuff. Alright, so I feel if the sturgeon fish was there, he would have came. Now I'm thinking you don't have to move the bait, but they actually might want you to move it. But it's bait, so you should just be able to keep it there. Now that's a far cast. If I get something there, he's going to spool me if he goes out. So I'm gonna get closer in. Yes, I'm not sure exactly too if this is for the sturgeon or not. I only assume it's for a sturgeon. Like usually you'd have it on the bottom of the. Of course, this game is not entirely accurate where everything's on a bobber. But oh, there's one right there. No, that's saunter. But the bowfin snakehead could be this area too, because I did see a weird looking fish. Alright, I'm just going to move it a bit. I did let it sit, nothing, so I'm going to just So I know I saw them, I just can't remember where. Definitely feel like it was this area. Alright, no bites here, so we're going to kind of hit this side a little bit. Yeah, because I could see in the water a good distance, and if it's a fish we're going for, we're gonna see him. I don't see anything over here, but this area over here looks interesting. Yeah, again, it doesn't tell you in the book. It's all smudged in um, where to locate these fish or what they bite on. I just have to kind of go off of the stuff I haven't used before, because I would have caught the fish already if they bit on a previous lure. So maybe you can. Oh, here we go. Found it at the lake. It's tough to read that. At the of. I can't understand. It says something. Found at the bottom of the lake, I think it says. I mean, that's true of sturgeon. I mean, they are kind of like suckers. And yeah, you will have your cut bait on the bottom of the bait when you get them. So I believe this is the right bait for that fish. Obviously, with the bobber, he can't get to the bottom of the lake. So he'll have to come up for it. Ooh, that's a long fish there. That might be the anasoc we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and change out lures or baits. Let's put the that could be the anasoc, or it could be slackjaw, which I don't want to fight him again. So let's go put that there. This is what we want here. But oh no, I think that's that bowfin fish we're looking for. So I'm going to get the hollow lure, because it's the only one that I haven't used. Alright, so there's a strange looking fish down there I don't recognize. So I'm going to say with some kind of certainty that that's the bowfin fish we're looking for, or snakehead. Oh, yep, here we go. He's going for it. That's definitely it. Oh, I was moving it in time. He'll come get it though. Let me shake it. There we go. Oh, I shook it too hard. Oh, there's a few down there. Alright. Come on, there we go. And we got the snakehead slash potentially bowfin. Whichever one it is. Alright, let's just enjoy our time. Try not to shake the helmet around as I'm reeling this guy in. If anyone does end up watching this, I don't want them to kind of get motion sickness from the camera moving around. Right. I'm not really trying to chase him down. He doesn't seem like a fish that I would need to. I normally start paddling to him to cut this out, but I think I can fight this guy on the normal. Just make sure I take it slow. Alright. As long as he stays over there, I think I'm okay. I don't think he can threaten to spool me. Okay, yeah, here he goes. It gets closer in. Oh wow, he's going deep. He might not have to go that far actually. I'm gonna turn my boat around a little bit. Keep him in front. I'm gonna follow this guy. Yeah, he went the complete opposite side there. I'm gonna follow him out. Alright, I think that spin means that they're getting close to coming in. So I'm going to, instead of him coming into me, I'm going to come to him and see if I can just bring this guy up. I think he's just about ready. Just make sure I don't do anything stupid and get too impatient and lose him. No, he's out there further than I thought. So after this guy, if we do get him in, we just have 2 more fish to go. Alright, man. So some of these fights, take longer than I would actually like. That's my only knock about the game on here. Is like sometimes you just want this to hurry and get over with. It just becomes the same tedious bore if it takes too long. And yes, granted, it's not like reeling in a fish that can take 40 minutes to 3 hours and stuff. But I mean, again, at some point you do have to realize this is a video game for enjoyment, and you don't want to make it too long of a fight. Alright, I think I should be tired. I thought it was almost silver. Wow. Sometimes it seems like that the line release doesn't release quickly. Like it seems, in some points it seems inconsistent because sometimes it releases nice and slow, other times it threatens to break your line because it is so slow to release. So now, just because I fought this guy for so long, once it starts getting tight to where I feel like it's even going to start making noise, I'm releasing it because I don't want that to something to waste my time. There we go. Excellent. Alright, and yeah, so this looks like a snakehead versus a bowfin, as I can think of. Yeah. Okay. This is one of our bonus fish. And let's see how much we get for it. $38. Okay, not too bad. Alright, so now I got the onyx and we have the sturgeon. Actually, does book tell you what it is after you caught it? Oh, there we go. A salem. These fish are generally found in the deep cold water at the bottom of the lake. Predatory nature, mostly preys on other fish, sometimes almost twice its own size. They are often mistaken as giant or shine for prey. Let's start the hunt. Okay, cool. So it does fill it in. Alright, so we got 2 more fish to catch. Yeah, we got him with the hollow lure, so the sturgeon definitely takes the bait. Right, we didn't get anything with the sturgeon over here, so I'm going to go try closer near the middle. I actually should have probably done a couple more casts with that lure just to see if there is an onyx over there. I think those fish I saw were all the salems. Just adjusting my headset here. You know, this looks like a interesting spot, so I'm going to try this one here. We need to... Oh, here we go. There's a bear. I'm going to knock this photo out. Alright, that should be close enough. I can't really see. Oh my goodness. What the? Oh my god. And this thing is all jacking up tracking wise. I don't see how it popped into my other hand. I didn't even know you could do that. I tried that with the pole and I had to actually put it down to switch hands. Alright, we got the bear. I assume that trophy is for getting all the photo items. Alright, excellent. Just 2 more fish and we have completed everything in the book. Alright, this... Okay, so... You know what? I think the sturgeon are probably going to be by the waterfall area when I think about it. I feel like they're down there, but I might be mistaken. It might be this side I saw them. Yeah, this actually looks about right. There is a centaur. And they're pretty large fish, so I should be able to spot one. Ah, there's one. Alright, let's ooh. So this is bait, so I shouldn't have to move it around. Doesn't seem to see it. Okay, just scared him. Maybe I do have to move it a bit. I don't think it matters if I move it or keep it still. In terms of if they want it to move or if they don't, I think if you always move it, you cover both bases. So I don't think if something's supposed to be still and they'll bite it, if you move it, that they won't bite it. He doesn't seem to see it. Too close to the boat, maybe? Oops. Bad cast. Just gonna keep it right there for a minute. I know I scared it, I kind of lost it, but you still should be like in the striking area of that bait. I wish I could see it, that way I can tell if he wants me to move the bait or not. But he didn't seem to react to it. Alright, I'm just gonna try moving it. If you're in bait, you don't have to really move it, but who knows? There's a Centaur. I wish I could see the fish again. I might just move around and try to spot one. I'm gonna keep it a little bit further out and move it around a little bit now and see if that's what the right presentation is for this fish. I mean, that definitely looked like a sturgeon. But who knows, maybe that's what the Onysox is. Yeah, it looked like a sturgeon to me though. It's pretty unmistakable. I'm gonna roll around and see if I can spot one again. Nothing. At least you know we're in the right area. Don't see anything. It's definitely deep for him. I'm gonna circle back around because he shouldn't be. He should be in his little territorial zone. So we spotted one over there for certain. Should be in there. You should be able to see him soon. I think I need to. Let's see. And moving around like this too, we're actually really trolling. Oh, there we go. Okay. He's close to the boat again. But we're gonna cast out there. Alright, there he is right under the boat. So yeah, it definitely is the one we're after. So I don't know if he's just there by himself or if there's actually a few down there. But for all we know, this fish, you may have to actually have it in the water for a long time too. Oh wait, no, here, I think he's interested. He was moving like he was. But I did move the bait. He turned away from it, so... Or maybe he was running. Maybe I was too close over the edge of the boat that he decided to run that way. He's right under the boat. It's my bad for getting that close to him. Should have did a little bit better positioning. He doesn't seem interested in the bait, but I don't know if that's because the boat's too close to him. I lost him, so I don't know how far. He might be directly under the boat now. So we're going to back up. And hopefully I could see him a little further away. Alright, so I can't see him anymore, but I know the general area where he is. So that probably scared it. But it shouldn't run off too far. Alright, this one seems trickier. Just because it doesn't explain what they want, and it's a bait, so you feel like you just need to, just still fish with it. Keep it still. But I don't know. I really wish I could see him. I got something down there I was interested in it, but not the one we're looking for. Alright, so I kept it still, and I feel like he should be in that spot where I cast it, or at least close enough to acknowledge the presence of some kind of bait. So now I'm just going to move it a little bit and see if that's what they want. And for such a big fish, I could see the little ones, but I can't see him anymore. Oh no, I have the wrong kind of fish that's playing around with it. Don't want that guy. You know, maybe maybe the meat doesn't work for that fish. I mean, this game, if you're using the right kind of bait or lure, the fish are pretty responsive, but that guy did not really respond to it. And I don't know where it is now. But you might have to be right on top of it as well. We're going to go ahead and try to find it again. No, it's weird because I know there can't just be that one sturgeon in this area. If they're that sparse and broken up, there should be more. Oh, there he is. It's a big one. Okay, so he's under it, but he's not showing any interest. So let me go ahead and move this, see if he changes anything there. You know, I might have some on my bait too. I could have some treasure on there or something as well. Alright, well, if he turns around, gives more look, I have to check this bait out. Alright, yeah, here he is. He's interested in it now. But I don't know if I need to move it or not. I'm going to keep moving this. Yep, that's got him. Sweet. He's going right underneath us. Wow. This guy's a, he head straight underneath the boat. Alright, I feel like this guy may, well, the other fish is supposed to be really fast, it said. So he might, but this guy here might be strong to where we have to follow him because it's a large fish. I think like this one wouldn't really threaten, you know, making any fast maneuvers that would, you know, have us lose it, getting spooled. But it's really big, so it just could take a long time to get up. But hopefully he just stays in one area. But with this size, wherever he wants to go, he's going to go. I can't do anything about it. I just have to follow him. take our time on this and just be in it for the long haul. Just try not to move the headset around while I'm reeling in as well. May have to adjust this boat. So far, it's like so close too. Alright, just follow this guy because he's going straight for those rocks over there. Alright, it's a big fish. Excited to see how much this guy goes for. You know, like sturgeons can get massive. Like, definitely longer than this boat that I'm in. Of course, this guy's not that big, but that's something I'd love to go one of these days, is sturgeon fishing. It's definitely a expensive too. Sometimes go on those guided tours for them. But it's definitely on my bucket list to go sturgeon fishing one of these days. Alright. Guys, just swimming around nonchalantly there. Right, looks like he's getting closer to the shore, or to the surface there. I don't know if it's because the water's getting shallow or if he's getting tired. But I'm not taking any chances. Just let him pop up whenever he pops up. Alright, he's spinning around in circles. I think he's ready. Or maybe it's just because he ran out of... Yeah, I think he just ran out of places to run. A lot of times when you see him circling around, it means they're ready to come up, but... he might not be ready yet. Alright, let's take it easy, because after this guy we only have one fight left, which I assume is also going to be another long fight. Just gonna take it easy and let this guy come in on his own volition. And that's it. We're done for tonight. Right. I feel like he should be ready. He's so close. But he's still, he's still putting tension on the line. Still running. Right. But this isn't such a bad fight, though. He did take me around a little bit, but it's nothing like the that slackjaw fight. This guy is much slower, so I have lots of time to react and just keep on top of him. Eventually, this guy will come up. Alright, I think I got him. Excellent. And look at the size of that guy. It's massive. You know what? I would weigh him, but I don't want to potentially lose him. But I am going to go ahead and take a photo. Not really a good picture. Dang it. I mean, I don't think you can keep the photos anyway, so what's even the point? Alright, so let's see how this is gonna work. $58, that's it? That guy was huge. What's my trophies back there? I'm actually really shocked that that's as much as you get. I mean, I was expecting 100 and something. Alright, but yeah, both such a mess. Okay, now I need my notebook. Alright, where'd my notebook go? Did that fly out in the water or something? I don't see it anywhere. Alright, I figure if it would have flown out the water, it would have popped up back here somewhere. Is it like glitched behind the trail? Okay, I don't know where my notebook is. Alright, that's weird. Okay, looks like I lost the notebook. Alright, well I assume that the notebook will come back when I restart the game, but I'm not going to restart it. We know we have one less fish left, and that's the Onisox fish. And I know what kind of bait it wants. This one here. Oh, there we go. Finally. Like, where'd that thing go? I don't recall it falling in water, but he might have fallen in there when I turned the sturgeon around. Okay, so we have one last thing on here to complete. That's the Onisox, the pike, pickerel, whichever one. And after that, that's it. We got Salem. We're at the Buga. And that's it. We got all our photos. We got everything except for one last fish. So this one here, it says predator dominates clear waters. Depends on vegetation and hunting phase. Stamina will fight is unmatched. So it says on there that the stamina for it to fight is unmatched. So that just tells me it's gonna be one of those fights where he'll probably take me for a ride for the most part. But let's go ahead and try to find him. So it says vegetation. So it sounds like it's an ambush predator. Hides in the vegetation, and when fish swims around, it begins its chase. So we want something that has some deep water and vegetation. So this right here, and there's no vegetation here, but we're gonna actually we'll see. We're gonna make our cast around here. Alright, and we'll see if we get him over this area. Now last time I used this bait, I caught a santar fish, but I had lost one earlier because I was kind of focusing on that bear and not paying too much attention during the fight. And I believe that was the right fish because it looked pretty long and slender. I didn't see any of the pectoral fins or the top fins on there that the santars have. Oh, looks like we have something interesting in it. Alright, let's see if this is our fish. Let's get a closer look. It didn't look too big, but it is moving. Right, I can still get closer. He hasn't gone out of this area yet. If he stays in this cove, that's gonna be nice because he'll just tire himself out. Okay, I can almost get a look at what we have. It looks too small right now. I would imagine I would have seen a very large fish, but this looks too small. I don't think this is the one we're after. Oh yeah, this is a normal fish. So that's kind of a little bit disheartening because I thought this lure would only get that guy and maybe the Santars. Because the first time I used it, we weren't getting anything at all. But the fact that other fish will bite it kind of stinks, because then we're gonna have to compete with those guys, and it might be harder to target a specific one. Wait a minute, it might be bigger than I thought. Let's see. No, this looks like a Chibuka, whatever. Prefer not to fight him for so long. Yeah, this isn't what we're after. And don't tell me you lost the lure too. Yep. We have plenty of money though, so we're not in any jeopardy of having to catch a whole bunch of fish for lures. What else? Is there anything else I can buy? After this stream, I'm actually gonna buy the radio, the good one here, and see if there's any other songs. I tossed the radio in the water just because of copyright strikes. Even though I'm not monetizing any of my videos or anything like that for it, I don't want, you know, them just. I don't want any potential problems, so I'm not playing any music. But there are some really good songs on the radio that I liked. I didn't get this new one, so I don't know if it's just cosmetics or if there's a whole addition of new stations and songs when you do upgrade the radio. But yeah, as soon as I finish this fish and end the stream, I'm going to buy that one and take a listen. So let's go ahead and get the this lure here, because this one is for predators that hunt vegetation, which this guy is. Now it says vegetation. He's a pretty big fish from what I could tell in that photos, and I don't see anything like that around here. I've been thinking we're going to find this guy more in the center. So we're going to go back out here and see if we can find him in this area. It's where I feel like he's going to be at from what I've seen earlier. Oh boy. Goodness. It's getting impatient here. Alright. Just one last fish, and I can finally get something to eat. Let's see. Alright, there's something underneath it. No, that's not the fish you want. Nope. But I thought I saw something long, so I think this is the right area. I just think the wrong fish came to get it at the time. Looked like we might have scared him when I moved it out the way. Kind of close to the boat now. But I want to keep the I want to keep it in lure in sight, just because it's just what almost happened a few seconds ago. I want to make sure I get the fish I'm after, and not spend, you know, any time I don't necessarily need on those different type of species. And these lures, even though I have play money now, the lures are kind of a bit expensive, so if I do hook something, it's not one I want to go ahead and just break off. So don't see anything interesting. Yeah, wrong fish again. Alright, so let's move a little bit closer to the main rocks here. You know what? I do remember seeing some fish along those rocks, knowing I didn't have the right kind of bait. So let's see what's there. And there's ripples in the water, so I can't really see any fish around there. You know, I thought I saw a fish like slackjaw. Actually, here we go. No, it's a Santar. Not seeing. You know what? I'm gonna go over on the other side. I mean, slackjaw should have been that kind of fish, and he's down there. And when I caught slackjaw, I released him, and I thought I saw slackjaw still swimming around. I know I saw him swimming around, but maybe at that point it was no longer slackjaw, and it was just that breed of fish, or species of fish. Cool. The water is nice and placid over here, so I could see in the water. See if I could spot what we're looking for. Alright, yeah, here we go. This is nice. There's no ripples, it's easy to see below the surface. And I don't see what we're looking for yet. But I do think he's in this area over here. What we're looking for. This is where slackjaw was. And he's that kind of fish. I haven't seen slackjaw, but it's the right fish that we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and try this spot for a little bit. Something took it, and it's the wrong fish again. Another small one. As I'm fighting that guy, I'm just keeping my eyes out and see if I can find the fish we're looking for. I still don't see it, but this should be the area where we should find it. For sure. I see a lot of crab sea and Santars in this area. Alright, let's just try back over there again. Oops. Maybe I need to move a little bit further out, but let's see if we can spot that guy. Alright, so right here at least I can see what gets some interest, because maybe the Onysox was interested in it, but the red tail or the other fish came out and beat it to the bait. So this way I can at least see it. We're in the right area for this fish. This was where slackjaw was hanging out. I'm surprised that when we got slackjaw we didn't get the one for that fish. Oh no, same fish again. Man. They just really want this one, don't they? You know what? I mean, it says for vegetation. Maybe this isn't the right lure for it. Maybe I have to go with the slackjaw lure. And we'll see if I end up getting slackjaw again. Hopefully not. But he is that kind of fish, so maybe I'll be like, I don't understand why we didn't get it for slackjaw. So what does it say for that lure anyways? Legend of Lake deserves legendary bait. See, we might just... This lure might just work for slackjaw only, and not the other Onisocks. I'm gonna stick with that other lure we're using. And I'm going to move to the area we're at, where I believe we did have an Onisocks earlier. Which was down over here. Again, it does say vegetation, but sometimes with this game, I don't know. There's that bear again, but we don't need him anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna... I think this is more the spot that we had that fish at. There's some down there, but I don't see anything big. Yeah. Try over here. And I'm just moving it slowly. It's actually coming in a little bit, which is kind of nice because we're covering water that way. Just trying to see if we have any interest from anything that looks large. We did get the hunter in this area too last time as well, so I said it would have been nice if only one particular fish been on this lure. That way we don't have to worry about pulling out the mouths of something else or hooking something else and wasting our time fighting it. But this doesn't appear to have anything, at least interested in this bait. Oh, and it looks like the breeze has stopped because there are no ripples on the top, so I'm going to use this and see if I can spot that fish. Here comes ripples again, so... Now, if I was really searching for pike in real life, I would be using a spoon lure and actually fishing around these reeds, because they'll hang in some very shallow water. I mean that's correct. They'll hang in these waters to eat bluegill and stuff and shad. So this would be like a type of area where I would fish for pike in real life. But when I fish over here, those little fish come and get it. Those chumbugglers or whatever they're called. There's a nice drop off right there. So we're gonna focus on the vegetation, but we're gonna focus closer to where closer to the water lilies. And see if you can find it over there. If not, I'm just gonna dip my head in the water and find it. Actually, let's see if we can see anything here. For such a fish that should be big, we should be seeing it if he was in this area. I mean, I doubt we'd actually have to cast in there for it. So yeah, let's check and see if I see anything in the water lilies. Actually, kind of like this is actually really good because I kind of feel like I'm doing this in real life. Just kind of just creeping around the edges, sight fishing for them. Usually, I'll be looking for something that looks like an underwater log. I mean, this is actually pretty cool because this is what I'll be doing in real life. The way I'm just kind of hunting this guy down. See, they definitely got a lot right with this game. I don't see it. Yeah, in real life, I'll just be going right here looking for just underwater stick or log just underneath the surface, just to spin it there. Yeah, they don't have that game that accurate over here. Alright. I'm gonna go try this spot down here. Again. And if nothing, I'm going to peek underwater and find it. Oh no, we got the wrong species of fish again. That was a big chumbuckler, but I'm not interested in that. Yeah, so I'm getting massively hungry right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just peek and see if we could locate it. sturgeon. That looks like a pike. Interesting. So I'm gonna go where I think I might have had it last time. You know what? It didn't say vegetation, but it could mean trees and stuff, but I don't think so. I'm gonna find out where this fish is. Alright, let's take a look over here and see if this is where it's hiding. Just snakehead. It's weird because I do this in real life sometimes, and I'm actually instinctively holding my breath when I do this. It's actually really cool. Like sometimes I'll take a glass or something and put the glass in water and look through it. But I've looked under docks and other stuff like that to see if I see any fish underneath it. But nothing here. Nothing what we're looking for. It's weird. So, you might be on the other side. We're gonna go down there first. I was gonna go back on the other side, but me. Boat steering kind of weird. Let me go and check out here first. See if you can see our fish. Yeah, I do not see it. I wonder if that's weird. Alright, it's gotta be on the other side. Sturgeon. A few sturgeons. I'm looking, I think. Yeah, I think that's our fish over there. Alright, so that's where we were before. And where I probably did have one and lose it. Alright. See, that's actually where we were. That's kind of where I felt we were going to get that guy at. So, there's only one of them down there, too. Alright, so he's out in this area. Let's see if we get that guy to bite. I think I need to get to the left a little bit more. Oh, there's something underneath it. Oh, that splash would have scared it. Couldn't tell if that was it or if that was the sturgeon-like fish. I'm gonna take it out more to the left. A bit further. So I saw a fish that looked like it could have been it. It didn't look the same as the other ones. Yep, there we go. What is this guy? Alright. This is running very fast and it just popped right off. Like, that's not even fair. I held on the whole time. That was so quick that must have been our fish. And when I think about it, that was the same type of thing that Slackjaw did. So that was probably it. So I think I'm going to be in for quite the battle. First things first, so we got to get that fish to bite again. I think that was it though. I think that was the one we're after. Let me adjust my settings here. A little bit higher. Alright. So to prevent that from happening again, get a little bit closer and kind of just be prepared to start rowing when it bites. Yeah, that fish just took off. I mean, I had my finger held on the line release the whole entire time, and he just went with it. Oh, here we go. That's our fish for sure right there. Yep. Oh, that was very good because the Centaur's... Oh, wow, he might do it again. Yep, not this time. We got lucky there. The Centaur was fighting for it as well, so he beat him to him, so I'm happy on that because, wow, this guy is fast. I can already tell this is going to be a fight that I can't grab my oar. A fight that's going to take us away from the initial hook spot. Okay, this is the last one. We get this, and we've caught all the fish, taken all the photos, done all the tasks. And I don't want to shake my head because I saw myself doing that when I looked at my other stream. But it's kind of tough. You're in a moment, you're sort of just shaking. You're reeling it in, and it's look at that. See that the line wasn't releasing fast enough right there, as it's gonna potentially come off. Oh wow, he almost came up like he was gonna jump out the water. This is a fast fish. So because he makes long runs, I'm trying to stay on top of him. That way if he runs, I can just reel in, or I can release a line, and he doesn't have to I have time to react. Because if he's already far out and he decides to go somewhere, and then I start reeling in a line, then I can get in trouble. Like right there, he's going out there. So when he makes his runs, I want him to be on top of the boat so he can't go too far from me. Like right now I'm having trouble getting with my oars on that side. So that could be a problem if he takes me out to the left. Alright, just keep it on top of this guy. Oh, there's a sturgeon. So the description says that this guy is quick and he's going to be hell of a fight. I was hoping, because it wasn't one of the fish that were originally blurred out, that he wouldn't be such a hard fight, but he's proving tough. He's definitely slack jaw-esque. I just worry that he's gonna run and my line's not gonna release fast enough. He's gonna get off. The slack jaw took a couple of times to get in. Ooh, but man, I'm so hungry right now. This is the last fight. I'm just, man, hurry this up. Oh my god, no. Alright, he's still on there. And that's, some of this feels like it's sort of not being fair. Oh my god, that guy is fast. Uh-oh. He's going out that way. I chase him down. You can see, like, I'm holding this thing like crazy. There should be no reason why that thing would. Sometimes it just feels like the drag just doesn't respond that well. Oh boy. I love this game. I'll probably come back to it a few more, like whenever, but I don't see myself readily going for these fish here. Probably just a small ones. Just nice, relaxing, easy fish to catch. Because these guys here, you know, they're not easy. They're trying. So yeah, I don't see myself going for these guys intentionally anymore, because there's just so much hassle with these guys here. I mean, at some point, like, it's not fun anymore. It's just tedious work. Ooh. Oh my God, man, it's like I feel like he's gonna get off. It's like it's gonna be a BS way he's gonna get off as well. Like it's gonna be just one little pull, and I'm gonna be holding down on the drag, and he's not gonna be that far out, but it's just gonna let him off the hook. I mean, if you have arthritis, or any kind of wrist injuries or something like that, I mean, you're not gonna be able to play this game just because of these fights, man. It's like, come on, people, you can't make this thing, these fights that long and that difficult for it. Jesus. My God, I'm like starting to get hangry now at this point. This thing just needs to hurry up. This isn't slackjaw. I just don't want this thing to get like a cheap break off. It's like right there. Alright, there we go, got him. Finally. Alright, and I think that trophy is for catching all the fish. I believe, or maybe everything. Cool, so that was it. This is the final fish. The final thing to do in the game, I believe. In terms of what they have task wise. $65. Alright, so this took a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought I was going to only have like a half an hour gameplay left, but I forgot how long these fights take. And then waiting for that bear took a long time. So let's just start from the beginning. We have nothing on our to-do list. Well, this stuff right here doesn't matter too much. Just how much money we got. So we caught one of the red tails. We caught a quarterback. A lot of those guys. We got a doobie. I got chumbuckler. Got Ducian, a lake doll. We got the center. Onisox, just the one, but that's all that matters. Artar, Crapsy, Salem, just one, and Labuga. And then we have all the photos. So, and that's it. Alright, so that's going to do it for me and the streaming of Catch and Release. Once again, this is a fantastic game. If anyone's watching this and they don't have it, go out and get it. This is one of those games that you can just enjoy whenever you want to spend hours in it, or you want to spend, something to do for 15-20 minutes just on your break. This is it. This is a great game. You don't have to get too invested in it. Just go out and relax and basically just enjoy a day on a lake on your couch. It's beautiful. The fights, I will say, can get a little bit long. Like I said, if you have arthritic issues, you might have some trouble going for the bigger fish, so just stick to those smaller ones. Other than that, I enjoyed it. This is the last stream was the longest I've ever spent in VR at one time, and at the end of the day, I didn't feel sick, motion sickness wise or nothing. So that also goes to how well this game is designed, how well the graphics are, not blurry, whatever. I tried to play Here They Lie, and within a half an hour I was feeling it, and this was a game I played after that moment. but I can't say enough good things about this game. This is one of the best fishing games ever made. Um, so that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go and I'm finally going to get something to eat. I've been watching fish eat all this time. It's time for me to get something. So if you guys are watching, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy your day.